I'm Dr. Crystal Gifford with EdgeTech Global. You might be wondering, how can a school engage community? We've heard the buzz. Everyone knows that the monetization of the future is having community. But what does that mean for high school leaders, especially if you're in the private community? Today I want to talk to you about community. Community is the one factor that we're seeing overall that is improving the conditions of private high schools. In fact, did you know that engaging parents and teachers together starts to unite a community in a way that fosters longevity of relationships, retention of those clients, and most importantly, retention of those quality teachers that you can engage and that are so difficult to find? Want to keep those gems in your life? Keep listening. So I really want to talk to you today about what is it about community that allows longevity to happen, that builds the happiness, the overall experience on a campus. And that is communication. Inside of a community where teachers and parents and staff can feel heard, can feel appreciated and valued, there starts to build a sense of togetherness and unity. And just like family, where you stay loyal sometimes, even when things get tough, having a community is that one thing that we found helps private schools keep and retain those valuable teachers, even through perhaps some difficult seasons. Because let's face it, life is fickle and lots of things happen. And in the education system, especially as life is evolving and changing, I really want to talk to you about how you can keep and foster that community inside your own organization. One of the key things you want to think about is communicating often. Sometimes we think that less is more, but when it comes to communication, especially with parents, parents like to be engaged, involved, and parents especially want to be informed when it comes to their children. But what kind of systems get it there, and how do we know that the parents are even paying attention? When we overstimulate the communication, do they tune out, or can we often not give enough no matter how much it is? And that could be a tricky part with this. And so what I want to really invite you to do is to engage systems where it's easy, where it's a push of a button for parents to get the information, to obtain what they need to know, and to communicate back with the school. One of the things we love at EdgeTech is our ability to connect with those clients and say, hey, we can create systems where automatically the parents are going to get a response, get an answer. There's a way for us to communicate with one click. Many schools have adopted different systems, different programs, different softwares that are helping. And so what we like to think about is, how do you engage that software easily? Well, the three key tips you want to think about is, how do you make it easy? If it's not easy in the middle of a teacher's busy day, they just don't have the capacity to come back and make it happen. So make it easy for the teachers. Make it also fun and engaging. How can you create rewards and gaming and things that make people feel a sense of community? And here's the quick tip that will change everything. Let them do it for each other. A lot of times we're trying to build and take on, as the administration, all of the pressure of creating that community on our own, when in fact the teachers and the parents are excited to talk to each other and can answer each other. So if you want a sneak peek into some platform that might work, check out Reddit. I know it's got a lot of controversy around the platform, but think about what it does. Someone can pose a question and anyone from that community can answer. Now inside that community, people can start to get to know each other. Some parents are on the outside just wishing they knew other parents. Boom, you've solved that problem, making them want to stay connected once they have friends inside. Some teachers are feeling like if parents just understood. Boom, you've created a space for those teachers to communicate in ways that they can lovingly share things that the parents need to know to help us do our better jobs as teachers and to help us as administrators to keep everyone happy, the organization humming and soaring. And let's face it, when everyone's happy and the organization is humming, profits increase, and there's no other option but to see an upward spiral in that. I invite you today, as you consider what systems, what engagements, what communications you have, to really do an assessment of, do I have the right community elements? Am I bringing forward the type of leadership that is needed in my community? Perhaps you've already engaged with our leadership archetype assessment and you want to tap back into that and say, okay, what is my leadership style? And how do I take that style and use that to engage my community? Because not every community is the same. Maybe you have a staff and a set of teachers who are uber creative but not so detailed. Or maybe you have the detailed staff and they just don't really get as creative. And how do you bring together those differences or the areas where you want to bring more to your campus while honoring and showcasing the talent you already have in store? So we invite you to take a look at that, lean in. If you haven't taken the assessment yet, hop on over to edgetechglobal.com and take that assessment today. But really, I invite you to engage, to read our articles on this topic about community and engagement. And most importantly, let's continue to improve education one teacher at a time, one administrator at a time, one parent at a time, and one piece of technology at a time. Until next time, I'm here with EdgeTech Global. I'll see you and keep on learning. Happy learning.